Yes, yes. That's my first, by the way, with
Your
you.
first live?
Yes, yes. I
Awesome, awesome.
find
Yeah,
the time.
I've did a couple of lives, and yeah, I always love it. It's just so cool to talk to people
It is.
personally. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Awesome. And we are live. Hi, everyone. Today I'm speaking with Yana. Yana is one of the first people that I connected with on Substack. And I'm super happy that today we are talking about collaborations versus competition. I mean, this is a topic that is super important because a lot of people start out on any online platform and they see everyone as their competitor and they are like, super, it's me against everyone. But usually those people that are more advanced, they love to build relationships and connect with other people. That being said, Yana, for those who don't know you yet, give us like a 20-second elevator pitch about yourself and all the amazing work that you're doing with your publication.
Yeah, yes. Hi, everyone. Yes, very briefly, I am Substack. Since about 6 months already, I have built a publication which is helping content creators grow on Substack. And I believe I have built a publication where you have everything that you need from strategy and tools and also challenges, pretty much everything you need to grow on Substack. And I have implemented in it my own approach. I have a business background. I have a 9 to 5, and I am building subscription-based services. I am working strategy and product development in a big tech company, and I apply everything that I know from my business background into my online presence. And yeah, it's working pretty amazing. I become a bestseller for about. It took me a total of 5 months, but actually 3 months since I started working really when I went all in. And it worked really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly speaking, I mean, you said it took you 5 months, but what happened afterwards is amazing. You almost doubled your numbers by now within just a couple of weeks, which is absolutely amazing. So I think you're doing really, really great on Substack.
Yeah, it is. So I decided to build on top of it, and for this I also needed some external apps and external help because Substack doesn't have automations and also sequences, and I believe this is a really powerful thing that we could use. So that's why I integrated automatically my Substack with my ConvertKit. And I have built some sequences there. And hi, Sinem. Hi. Hi, Kathleen. And it's working really well. And I'm gonna tell the whole story about it. I'll build some kind of use case or maybe case study, and publish it in my publication. But yeah, long story short, we need to educate our subscribers in order to increase our conversion rates, and you need to build. Both like an educational sequence so that you can tell a little bit more, maybe a lot more about what you're doing on Substack and what are your services and what's the value that you deliver and what could people get out of you for free.
Yeah.
And then you can start and try and start upselling free subscribers to paid subscribers. And it's very important this to happen in the beginning, right after people join your publication.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more with you, especially when someone is new, you need to make sure that they have a kick-ass welcome experience. So if you enter a room and you don't know what's happening in the room, you will feel lonely. You will not feel like at the right place. But if you join a publication and you or the other people creating the publication, reach out to them, take them by the hand, show them exactly step by step, this is what you need to do. First thing you do this, then you do this. Today you learn this, tomorrow you will get that. Then you create an amazing experience that people will love and they will build a connection with you. And then you have super fans like Kathleen who joins in and says, love Yana, she's my mentor. And yeah, that's exactly how it works.
exactly. Yeah. Hi, Kathleen. I also love working with you.
Kathleen is one of the people that I had a conversation with over the last couple of weeks while we were launching Substack System. And she said, she likes the program, but she doesn't need something like this because she already has an amazing mentor. She's already working with you. And honestly speaking, we're talking about collaboration. I love that. The one thing that I totally accept and that I really like to see with other people is when they are already in good hands. I think I told her something like, I don't know the exact words, but then you're already in good hands. So
Yes, Kathleen. part of my VIP subscription, which is my founding tier. I think she was my first founding member in the publication, and I
Yeah.
started directly with her, and she's already having good results. Selling now, her paid subscribers started growing already, so it's a success, and it's really working really well.
Yeah. Love it, love it. Like to see success stories. If I'm not mistaken, she's already on her road to becoming a bestseller. Once she is, maybe we do a live stream with the three of you where I could interview how your collaboration between the two of you has worked or something like that. So,
Yeah,
Kathleen, keep us up to date.
yeah, yeah. She says
Yeah,
2.4 conversion rate.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's really
already.
nice.
And it's really, yeah, it's interesting. So average on Substack is between 5 and 10% conversion rate, but when you start, you cannot expect really. And
Yeah,
people have benchmark. Usually, people get demotivated by seeing lower conversion rates, but it's
yeah,
actually where you start. It's normal at the beginning. You have a
yeah.
low 1%, 2%, but then if it gradually grows, then you're on the right track.
Yeah. I collaborate a lot with people in the finance niche, and they are all seeing super high conversion rates. But honestly speaking, that's normal because if you're reading long form articles about stock investing, you have absolutely no problem to spend 10 bucks, 20 bucks, 50 bucks a month for a subscription. Because if you're reading those topics, you're very likely to invest thousands of dollars in those things. So therefore, that's totally fine to have a higher conversion rate. While in other niches, so for example, if you're a creator, a lot of people start with zero income. So therefore, why should they instantly become a paid subscriber? A lot of people first want to earn a little bit of income and then
Yeah.
reinvest that money in their businesses. So I
Yeah.
think the conversion rates are different for every niche.
Yes, yes, that's for sure. I fully agree here. Yes, I have seen also 18%. I think the highest that I have seen is 18%. So
It's
close to,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. I also have a digital marketing background.
Mm,
I built like all types of services online with a lot of like 300 customers or something. Businesses,
yeah,
not just and the best conversion rate I've seen ever online for including e-commerce services and like really optimized
yeah,
SEO optimized like online shops is I think between 2-3%. I have never seen 5%. And here on Substack, I didn't expect when I joined Substack, I was like, okay, so usually I have to aim at about 3%. Well, then I have
mm,
to work really long time to get something meaningful.
yeah,
But then I saw what's happening here and I was like, oh, well, yeah, I like it very much. It's a
yeah,
new type community online. And you don't find this anywhere else. Like people here have the culture and like the behavior and the expectation to pay other people already.
yeah.
It's great.
Um, I I call today's session collaboration over competition. That's something super important to me. I see even you or other people who are working in a similar niche like I do, not as competition, but as some collaboration partners. I think this is super important from a mindset point of view, because if you're always competing with other people and you're always looking at others and thinking like, oh, they are doing this, how can I make it better? How can I, yeah, badmouth what they are doing, then you will end up super unhappy. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with amazing people and you check in with the people in the same niche, you are going to learn from them. Just before the call, I already learned two things from you, which I'm super thankful for, which I can't wait to implement into my own business. And yeah, I could have also hired a business coach to come up with these ideas, or I can just reach out to someone who others see as my competitor and turn them into a collaboration partner.
Yeah, of course, of course. I also, it's very interesting, and I think it's very important topic to discuss. And I have been like preaching this idea of mine ever since I was in writing on Medium before I joined Substack, and I have faced some pretty edgy comments on that. You know,
Mhm.
people do not agree with me, but it's really I don't see, and especially online, I think there's no you really don't have any competition online because if you think of behavior of people online, especially those who are like the creator business. So if you're looking, usually you make money out of educational content, and when
Mhm.
someone wants to learn something online, then what do? You usually go find something, but then you're not sure if this is the best thing. Then you go to another creator and find on the same topic another thing, and then the other thing. And usually you consume the content of many creators on the same topic.
Yeah.
Just understand, not only to make sure that you have the best of the best, but also to make sure that you have different angles on this very same topic,
Yeah.
and each creator is bringing really a different angle. So if that, from that point of view, we really don't have competition online. We are more or less complementing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Honestly speaking, I also think if you're new to Substack and you want to learn about Substack, learn from more than one person. I
Yes.
mean, Yana can teach you so many things, and what she's teaching might agree with what Sinem, Yara, and I are talking about in 80% of the fields, but in 20% of the points, we maybe don't disagree at all, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Because even if you learn from someone, you don't need to do everything like they are doing. So I always encourage people to learn from multiple sources. So for example, whenever I get super excited about a topic, I go, for example, community building. I go on Amazon, I buy 3 different books, and
Yeah.
then I buy 3 different courses and I consume all of them. And then I have an overview of what's going on in the industry. If you're going somewhere and you're copying only what one person is doing, you will never be able to outshine that person. But if
Yeah.
you learn from different people, there's a lot of possibility for you.
Yes, yes, and then you get ideas how to build on top of it and bring your
Yeah,
own experience and angle to it. And it's really, that's all about it. Authenticity comes on top of what's already there. It's,
yeah.
and by the way, me, I was the same when I come to Substack. I think I took three, I know, I think four courses already from different
Hmm.
creators, and I joined, I think, three or four different paid publications because there were no books for Substack yet.
Yeah.
And it's normal. Yeah, it's normal.
Is that a hint that you're writing a book one day?
Yes. Yes. I want to build a mindset book. I think it's already there, but it's still in my mind. I have
Yeah,
to put it, like, materialize it,
yeah,
make it come to reality. But yeah, I want to build a mindset book on the creator business,
yeah,
because it's really a special type of mindset you
yeah,
need to, in order to succeed
yeah.
online. Very, very similar. That's funny, but it's very similar to the mindset of the people who excel in
Mm,
the corporate jobs. You could say it's somebody like me, also, although I don't think there's a lot of people who do. There's something in that differentiates those people who excel, and something compared to other people who are struggling with the very same thing, and it's all about the mindset.
yeah. I love it. When you do that book, just promise me there will be a chapter on collaboration inside.
Promise. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I like
I,
to challenge ideas, and this idea of competition is one thing I'd love to challenge, because I see this as something beneficial that we could do together and
mm,
not work against each other.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly speaking, we still need to be careful with who we are collaborating with. You could easily collaborate with hundreds of people, but you will lose track. How do you decide who you want to collaborate with?
So usually I look for people who complement things that I am doing. So the things like the content which is very similar to what I do,
Hmm.
and I'd love to share also their work. Like, for example, Finn Tropy,
Yeah,
who is amazing. He's genius
yeah.
data guy. He's building in-depth analysis, data analysis, on creator business on Substack and also on Medium, and he created also this. Chrome extension which helps you schedule your notes. So I'd
Mm,
love to share that to my people. So you could say, so he's building tools for Substack. Technically,
mm,
he's competitor, but
yeah,
I don't like that, because I wouldn't sit down and code a Chrome extension, for this.
yeah,
He did it already, so why not just share it to my audience and then help each other grow? So yeah, so I'm usually, you're right. It's not about collaborating with anybody. It's very important to choose carefully people who will bring additional value to your audience.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Okay, let me quickly check if we have any questions from the chat.
Yeah,
Do we have one thing? Only 360 subs, not taking all the credit. Get a good mentor. Yeah, absolutely. Get a good mentor. Make sure you have someone who can guide you through the journey, who can help you avoid the most common pitfalls. That's just priceless, in my opinion.
yes, I think so too. So you could try and do it alone,
Yeah,
then go on the roller coaster of learning, trial and
yeah,
error,
yeah,
or simply take the shortcut and learn for somebody who already did it.
yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, honestly speaking, I mean, without partners, I'm not sure if we would have ever launched Substack system without partners. I mean, we were super fortunate to have people like you, like Derek, like David, like Russell, and like Veronica, and many, many others. Kirsty, for example, Christy, and many, many really cool people who helped us with the launch. Honestly speaking, if we wouldn't have had the support from them, I don't know if it would have made sense to launch a product like this, because if you want to do something, you need to get as many eyeballs on it as possible. And therefore, in our case, yeah, you and all the others have had such an amazing multiplicator effect for us. And I'm really, really thankful for that. So I just wanted to state that here.
I'm going to share something that I haven't taught anybody. I think also you, and that's another reason why I think collaboration at that level is so very important. So I was promoting your Substack system.
Yeah,
I At the beginning when we were start discussing, then my concerns, because it's kind of something that I also do for my
yeah,
subscribers. So you could say this is a competitive offer, so why would I offer it to my subscribers?
yeah,
But then I thought, why not? I have not built a course yet, and your angle is different, and you could, the three of you can bring. You also included things that I wouldn't usually include. I don't go too deep in stuff.
yeah,
It could basically complement my audience. So I started promoting this, and it's funny how I also saw people who were very interested in you, and when they go to your page and they see also my recommendations and my testimonials there, and some of my free subscribers also joined my paid tier because of that. So I was also growing because of promoting your offer.
yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
amazing.
that's absolutely amazing. I mean, since we're talking about collaboration, since Sinem is here in the chat, maybe Sinem can bring me my power bank. Otherwise, my phone is running out of battery. That's why I just went away to find the USB charger. That being said, how do you think you were growing through this collaboration? Do you think that happened because you were associated with a lot of other people talking about the same topics, or why do you think that was the case?
I think people, I don't know. I think it's some kind of a subconscious thing. Like, people are connecting what we do with our publications in a way. I think. Uh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. That's a very good question. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, I honestly, wait, give me a second. I just need to
yeah,
plug my phone, otherwise.
yeah. Maybe
Uh,
I charge my phone because so
yeah,
this doesn't
yeah.
happen.
I problem is I was on a run and then I totally forgot to charge it. So yeah, now we're good. Okay. Um, I'm super curious what the other people in the chat think about collaboration, and I would really love to have some people be completely honest, because I know for me in the beginning it wasn't always easy to start with a collaboration mindset. If I'm 100% honest, I grew up as a child playing tennis, and when I was playing at the tournament and I lost at the quarterfinals, I wanted all the other people from my club to also lose in the quarterfinals because I didn't want them to be more successful than me. And I know this was so stupid, but
Yes,
honestly speaking, back then I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. Now
yes.
I'm the kind of person who really loves to see others win. So whenever I see someone become a bestseller, no matter if it's my niche or not, I cheer them, I celebrate them. I just, yeah. And I'm
That's
also a much happier person now than I was probably back then.
That's the kind of mindset I was talking about. It's in a way there is one thing that we keep saying in our job. It's like we grow by lifting others. You know,
Yeah,
it's not the other way around, because it's you tend to think so when when you're not performing well, so you want to see others fail as well. It's like human nature, you know, but it's not really like that, because you don't benefit out of it
yeah,
actually. And then if you have somebody you're teaching, for example, somebody, but it's again human nature to you don't really want this person to succeed more than you, because
yeah,
it's not natural, because you're the teacher, you know, you're the mentor, and you have to be, you know, the guru and the expert. But actually, if this person grows better than you, it's already a proof that what you're doing is working well. So it's natural for us. It's helping us grow when we really lift others and see others grow even better than us.
yeah. One thing that I always see collaborators mentioning is I first need to grow to a certain point and then I can start collaborating with others. And I think that's absolutely wrong. Um,
I,
if I'm join a platform, I try to collaborate with the people that are on the same level as I am right now. Because let's imagine you and me, we are collaborating, we had dinner together, we are on calls regularly. If one of us becomes super successful, and now let's talk about 100,000 subscribers or 10,000 or 10 million people on our email list, we still will remember the other person because we got to connect on a level when we were both starting out. If you're reaching out to someone who's already successful, good luck with it. I'm pretty
yes,
sure Cristiano Ronaldo will not respond to my emails nowadays.
yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. True, true.
yeah,
And also, I think whenever you grow, it's always good to keep this beginner mindset. I think it's a thought from Ayo. I read it somewhere in
mm,
his, and it's right. I think it's totally right. It's how we maintain like this growth mindset,
yeah,
because growth is a process. It's not, you never really get there, because you could always get better.
yeah. Yeah, I
And
think that's super important. This beginner mindset. We are getting used to things. I know how happy I was when we had our first subscriber, when we have 10 subscribers. Then suddenly you're adding a couple of subscribers every week, and if you are not careful, this gets normal to you. But the same is true for relationships, for income, for fitness, for everything. So I really love to check in regularly to see, and not only to see but also to appreciate where I am in my journey. And
yeah,
honestly speaking, I'm so happy. I remember when I joined university, I wanted to become an entrepreneur at all costs. I mean, back then for me, entrepreneur always meant either like a brick and mortar store or something like a startup. I didn't know that you can become a creator and create a full-time business. And now you can even do all of that on one platform, like here on Substack. And
yeah.
it's super amazing. And I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yes, yes. I'm so happy I found this platform. I knew about it years ago, and I didn't really get to the platform. I didn't want to start learning on another platform because it was too, you know, too much for me.
Yeah,
But I was convinced that I will have to bring my audience to the platform, and I didn't know that you could grow organically
yeah.
and not at that level. But now I'm so happy I'm here. You really, I hope this platform stays like this for for a longer time. And it's really, and the level of collaboration especially, which is really at so many levels. It can you can do so many things with other people. I haven't seen it in on any other platform
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I just love how simple it is to connect with someone. So, for example, anyone who's here in the live stream now, thank you so much, by the way, for taking the time. If you have any questions for Jana and me, just click on our names, visit our profiles, and send us a message. I respond to every message that I get, and I'm pretty sure you do the same.
Yes,
So,
me too. Yes. Anyway, I officially stated my chat is for paid subscribers, but I
yeah,
connect and respond to all of my messages. I
yeah,
love to talk to people. You learn so much from people, and I think that's a golden mine of
yeah.
information, especially for us creators. So this is how you gather information. And for me, as somebody who is working with AI, this is
Mm.
gold. Really, you get so much information, so much insights for other people, and that's how we grow. That's how we learn from each other. That's the I think the most. Um, so I have a saying that I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
You either learn from your mistakes or you
Yeah,
learn from other people's mistakes.
yeah, I love that. Honestly speaking, I love learning from other people's mistakes. I
Me
love
too.
to avoid all the pitfalls possible, but sometimes you need to make mistakes yourself. Certain lessons we just won't learn the other way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that. Yeah,
Awesome. How much more time do you have? Can we stay on for 10 more minutes?
yeah, yeah. We can. I have. Yeah,
Awesome. Perfect. Then I want to ask you one thing. What
yeah.
kind of collaborations have been the most successful on Substack so far? And maybe you can give us some examples.
Yes, I think so. The first thing that comes to my mind is the chat. Although I think the chat functionality on Substack is something that yet to be developed, it's still
Hmm.
not. If you want to build a community, it's a good start, but you cannot really organize things in threads and all of that.
Yeah,
But to connect with others and to really exchange ideas and also build something together, I think the direct connection to other creators is the number one thing that you should
yeah,
um, explore. And then what comes out of this is the recommendation system, and it's so powerful on Substack. I think
yeah,
this is bringing like right now 50 around 50 or maybe a little bit more than 50% from my new subscribers growth right
yeah,
now. And it's really it's exploding, and it's really a no-brainer. So you connect with other people and start recommending them, and maybe ask them to exchange recommendation, especially if the content is complementing each other's audiences. And then you just grow on autopilot. And
yeah,
I if I have to say one, that would be recommendations.
yeah,
For sure. I have tried exchanging posts, like cross posting, and those posts that you do together with other creators. I don't see. It's something interesting that brings a new type of content, different angles to the audience. So you differentiate your content a little bit, but it's not really helping you grow from that
yeah,
perspective. I wouldn't say it's something strong. But maybe another thing I would say as an example, I started doing spotlight sessions
hmm,
with my subscribers, and I wanted to position it in a different way. So a lot of creators are doing like this interviews with other successful creators
hmm,
on topics, like to share their success and all of that. And I was thinking, why maybe I should start doing this with my own subscribers, so people in my audience who are um, probably all of them have also some successes, and they can talk about some also some challenges, but normal people, ordinary people who
yeah,
are trying to really grow and are just now starting, and a lot of them are amazing, and they have succeeded, and they have built such great lives outside of Substack, and they have a lot to share. And I thought that would be something interesting, and really it is. It's working really well, and I'm in this way I am helping those people get discovered much
yeah,
easier on the platform, and I'm also bringing additional value to my subscribers this way. It's part of my growth challenges for
yeah,
Node.
yeah.
Um,
So I think you always run your growth challenges, and the person performing best can win the spotlight session, which is it's like a coaching session, right? But where
uh,
everyone else can watch. Or how
Yes,
does that work?
it's not like coaching. It's more like I want to focus on the person and their
Okay.
are they doing on Substack, and talk about their lives and their story and
Mm,
their benefits and their journey on Substack, but also to basically promote and to give more exposure to their content, and so that basically to help them grow
yeah.
and build a new subscriber base. And yeah, and I have to challenges, one writing challenge and one notes challenge. And anyone who wins one of the two challenges, I select two people each month to do two spotlight sessions with them and help them grow on
Yeah.
Substack. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Kathleen's
love that.
brilliant and it's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes so much sense. You engage the people in your community, you create an environment where others want to be part of as well, and you reward those people who take action. I mean, that's brilliant. You're doing this really, really great. So,
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
helping. Really.
Yeah.
Uh, so working more, I think collaborations. People think when it comes to collaborations, people think, oh yeah, maybe I should collaborate with some other creators on the platform. But it's really maybe if you think differently, and I love to think differently. Maybe the answer is in your own audience. So don't look outside, look inside for people who could you could take out of your audience and bring them, on the spotlight and talk to them. And it could be also a very good use case for whatever you're doing in your Substack to take one of the people and tell the story
Yeah.
about the experience. Yeah.
One thing that's super important for me to mention is if you're doing collaborations, please take them seriously. So if you promise someone to do something, so for example, if you promise to recommend them, do it. Make sure you're not just clicking the recommend button, add a little blurb to it, describe their recommendation. If you do affiliate deals with someone like you did with us, do your work because I mean, you generated results. We're super happy for that. But honestly speaking, it's always the same. If you have like 15 people that you collaborate with, a couple of them do an amazing job, some others do an okay job, and some people just completely ghost you, which is fine. It can happen to certain people. Everyone can make mistakes whatsoever. Everyone can forget about something, but it doesn't leave a good image. So for me, collaborating with others is super important, and I want myself and all my business partners to take it as serious as if we would create something for our publication. So for example, if I promise you that we are doing a live stream together, I will be there, I will show up, I will be there 5 minutes ahead of time, just like I would be with a meeting with my co-founders.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and yeah, it's just the respect towards the other person that I strongly believe is super important.
It's the relationships between people.
Yeah,
That's we people do business with people. It's
yeah.
everywhere. Only like traditional business, but also online, and also on Substack. It's
Mm,
all about connecting with other people and
yeah.
really built on top of that.
Yeah. Also, once you've connected with someone and you started a collaboration, there are so many benefits for it. So, for example, the two of us, we had dinner together. We've seen them when we were in Vienna. We had a really good time. We are doing this live now. You became a affiliate for our Substack system, and that's something that I'm really thankful for. But I really want to thank you one more time. When we built Substack system, we also included interviews with Substack experts. And I know we did the interview quite a while before you were a Substack bestseller, but
Yes,
I 100% was sure by seeing what you are doing on the platform that you will become a Substack bestseller. So I'm super happy that now, as one of the bonuses, we have an interview series with you, for example, and lots of other amazing creators. So
yes.
thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of course, of course. I was so happy to do it, and yeah, I remember that. I think one of your questions was what are my goals, and I said to become a bestseller. Yeah, but
Yeah,
this happened next year. Yeah, I was super. I think what you built for with the Substack system and the way you launched it with all of the collaborations and all of the affiliates and also those expert sessions that you have built inside of it, I think that's genius. It's really you have to make a case study for this. I think
yeah,
it's how you should do things online.
yeah,
It is like a blueprint.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
it,
you're part of the Substack mastermind anyway, so we are going to do a full review of that in one of our next sessions where we really tell the people the behind the scenes. So I want to let the people in my inner circle, where you are one of them, really know how much money we made, what fuck ups we had, what probably super, super frustrating fuck ups we had, and all those things. So yeah,
it's
I'm happy
great.
to share those things with you, and we will for sure also create some kind of case study for other people. I mean, that's also one thing. I love to document my journey. We created this case study, which is also part of Substack system, where we teach people what we did the first 60 days on the platform. And yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to do this for the launch as well. So allow me like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
If anyone's still interested in joining Substack system and hasn't joined yet, doors are open until midnight CET. That's about 7 more hours. If you want to join, check it out. The domain is substacksystem.com. Yeah,
Yeah.
doors are open until then, and after that, the price might jump a little bit. That's
Yes.
enough that I can say right now.
Yeah. I highly recommend this. I think what you built is amazing, and people should take it. It's not so much, totally worth the price, and there's a lot of valuable stuff in there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the kind words. Yana, everyone by now who's here knows about you. I'm pretty sure those who are not following you, please click on the top left and subscribe to Yana right now. Yeah, that way you can check out her publication. You can see how she's performing on Substack because you're also, and it's also something that I love. You're so super open. You always share your monthly reviews, what happened with the
Yes.
business, which is absolutely amazing. This
Yes.
behind the scene is just so great.
Yes, yes. I believe people should learn from what I'm doing, and I make sure I don't. I think I'm not sharing enough from my failures. Maybe I should share more from my
Yeah,
failures. I'm talking about more about what I have tested and already worked
yeah,
with proof that it really worked. Because I
yeah,
want to help people grow. But yeah, I really test a lot of sometimes stupid
yeah,
things. But yeah, that's how we learn. Yeah.
yeah. We as well. And I mean, honestly speaking, it's super important that you show what's going on behind the business to other people because I strongly believe that's the best way how someone can really build a connection with you. That's actually why tomorrow Sinem, Yara, and I are starting a new format. And we have no idea if we're doing it once or every week from now on, but we want to do something like on a Friday where we reflect on the week before we go into the weekend. We usually have those calls together where we talk about those things, but we want to think of doing them publicly. Where we just talk about what happened behind the scenes, what was
That's
successful, where
great.
we fucked up, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's
I don't
amazing.
know if people will like it or not, or if they will find it boring, but we're doing those calls anyway. And we thought of why not lift the curtain and show what's going on behind the business.
At least it will make people know you much better,
Yeah,
and yeah, so much more they can relate more to
yeah,
what you're doing. I think you're doing amazing stuff. Yes, I
yeah.
think a lot to know. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Jana, I really appreciated it. Thank you so much for taking all the time.
it's a
Thanks
pleasure.
everyone who's been here with us. We really enjoyed this. And yeah, Jana, I would love to talk to you again. Let's maybe connect 1 or 2 weeks. And yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
already talked about the next dinner or something like that in
I
person.
see you
So
in Vienna,
looking forward
hopefully.
to it.
Yes, yeah,
Awesome.
me
Yeah.
too. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you, Jana. It's always amazing talking to you. And yeah, just
Same.
let's do this again soon.
We do. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye, everyone.